A very good morning, sir. Thank you for giving us your time. We really welcome you on the IC Tales interview. So,
Thank you so much.
my first question is, could you please tell us something about your childhood and your growing up years? What was your ambition back then?
During my childhood days, my only ambition was to get into army. I had this thought that I'll clear my 12th class, and right after that I'll jump into army. Nothing else, because from that time only, na, I was having some interest in doing workout daily and going for walks on a daily basis. So that was my kind of scenario during my school days. So that was my thought कि यार हाँ, if I cleared my 12th with decent numbers, then I'll get into army. But that didn't happen, because once I reached that stage of clearing 12th class, although I got decent marks, that's not the case कि I didn't get decent marks. I got decent marks, but things happened in the family, and there were issues with my parents' health, and that was the case. Secondly, because of that thing, like my father was not well. Because of that thing, I had to join a college, and I was not able to move out of town. Like if I went into army, then I would have to move out of my town, and I have no idea where my job would be. So that was the case, because of which I got into college. But during the first semester of my college itself, I got to know the thing that I enjoys the most, and that was content writing. During that time, I like in the first semester of my college itself, I started blogging. Like at that time, most of the people used to do the blogging on blogger.com. So yeah, I also created a blog on blogger.com, and that's how my journey to content writing, content marketing, digital marketing started actually. So yeah.
So, with that note, what drew you towards the digital marketing?
There was nothing as such thing. Like, firstly, I enjoyed creating content. I enjoyed uh, learning about content. I enjoyed how SEO works. I was curious to know how SEO works, how the Google ranking system works, and these were the things that made me more curious about the thing. And slowly, I came to know, like, if we are making a post on Instagram, it's not just that your picture should be good. There are other factors also. There's algorithm, and these things made me curious about the thing. So I kept on learning, and that I think is the major reason. I guess if I had to close this in one sentence, then I would say that my curiosity took me to this digital marketing thing. My curiosity to know everything, that took me to this digital marketing thing. Nothing else.
I am from journalism and mass communication background. So I
Mm-hmm.
have been keep on hearing in the past that content is the king. And
Mm-hmm.
recently, I have came across a podcast which says slowly content is diminishing. Now content is no more the king. Other things are coming up. So
Mm-hmm.
would you like to comment on that? That content is still the king, or it just growing older and older day by day?
Content is still the king. Content will remain the king forever. That is the thing. The major thing that's changing is like what viewers want. What, like, if you have a look at the Instagram reels section, specifically the reels section, you would be able to notice that there's no informative content out there on the reels section. Like, people are enjoying those dancing reels
Yeah.
that they call content. I don't consider it as content. Although if somebody is doing it, that's completely fine. I am nowhere to tell them ki that's wrong or that's right. But still, that is not considered as content. And the thing is ki most of the viewers, most of the audience is getting attracted toward that thing. So that is the major reason the content is changing. Like previously, we used to have a lot of informative content on Reels, on Instagram, on LinkedIn, and everywhere. But now things are quite changing from the visitors persona, from the audience persona. So that is the major thing, I guess. That is diminishing. You just called it diminishing. The content is diminishing. So that is where I guess the issue is arising. But I personally believe ki if there's let's take an example of a content creator who was previously creating informative content on their reel section, or let's take on their Instagram profile. They were after creating the informative content, they were able to get a lot of leads for their business, get a lot of business out there. But once they have shifted to the dancing reels section, they'll notice that the number of leads they used to get from informative content previously, right now they are not nowhere close to that number. So once every content creator online will notice this thing, na, we are getting a lot of reach through dancing reels, we are getting a lot of engagement, we are getting a lot of followers through those reels, but we are not getting business out of it. Once every content creator has got to that point, na, ki we are not able to make business out of it, then I think they all will shift back to the previous quote, content is king, and once again the content will become the king. So yeah, that's it.
But that's kind of a long process. I mean, you are sticking to the basic structure, the informative part. You're coming with the trend, which is not, which is okay. The TikTok version, the Instagram has become the TikTok version, and then
Yeah,
you're going back to the basics for the objective you came here. Long process
because
it is.
that is a major reason, matlab, I personally noticed कि once this all reels, Instagram reels were introduced, that was completely fine. That was the best thing Instagram could have done. That was the best thing. We are getting a lot of reach on our profiles. That is a good thing. But once people notice that, yeah, those dancing reels are getting more views, but my informative content is not getting such kind of views, and they stopped creating informative content. That is something disturbing. We should not just move to something else. Let's say start creating those dancing reels just because we are not getting views out of it.
Yeah.
We should keep in mind our main goal. What's our main goal? Like if you have a main goal of getting more business out of it through your content, then you should stick with the informative content part. If you are having a thought ki, no yaar, I want more followers, more viewers, or more engagement, then it's completely fine to shift to the reels section. Easily you can get a lot of followers out of
Yeah. Since this is one question which is coming up in my mind since very beginning. How someone earn from Instagram? How? Because I have
it.
tried
How
it,
someone
but
earn from.
Instagram, because I have tried it, but I couldn't get the answer. Like I did not get this much answer.
Okay, I'll explain a bit. I'll explain a bit. Mhm. So what happens? Not just Instagram. I'm not. We'll not just talk about Instagram. We'll also talk about LinkedIn, because these are my two major lead generation sources. Like, I get most of my leads from the top platform is LinkedIn.
Yeah.
The second platform is Instagram. These are the two and the only platforms I am getting inbound leads for my business. What we do is we create informative, like, first and the most important thing we need to do while creating content, if we want to generate leads through our content on Instagram, we need to figure out who our target audience is. We firstly need to figure out who our target audience is. Let's say I am a content writer, I am a blog writer, let's say I'm a blog writer. And if we have a look at the stats and if we do some research, then we would be able to notice that B2B businesses are the kind of businesses who require more of the blog related content because of their sales funnel. Their sales funnel is so long that firstly, from the initial stage, the customer will get into their sales funnel, then they will read about all the things, and that particular middle section is all filled with the blog section. So that I can say that my target audience as a blog writer is B2B businesses, B2B companies. What I need to do is, once I have figured out what my target audience is, now I have to figure out what are their pain points. Pain points could be their blogs are not working, their blogs are not able to generate organic traffic for their business.
Yeah.
Blogs are not updated frequently. They are like updating one blog in a month or so. These are the kind of pain points that we can figure out. There are many pain points which we can figure out through, I guess you can directly search from Quora. You can use a platform. There was ask my people or something like that. This was a platform, but the major question filing platform is Quora. You can use Quora, and you would be able to get the pain points, what kind of problems B2B business owners, B2B companies are facing with the content part specifically. We need to pick up those pain points, and on the basis of those pain points, we need to create content around how we, or how I as a service provider, can solve that issue. Once I have figured out, we need to create content around it. We need to create content around it. We need to do the hashtag research. What kind of hashtags are the B2B companies, or are the B2B businesses using on Instagram to find out service providers, to find out content writers. Once we have done that, we will create a consistent flow of content on our Instagram profile. Through that thing, we would be able to get directly inbound leads. We have read your content. We find your content extremely informative, and we would love to collaborate with you, or we would love to work with you if you could offer us this services. That is how the lead generation part specifically for LinkedIn works for me. Like, we create informative content, we network with such people who are into the B2B field, we connect with them, we build a relation with them over Instagram only. When we are talking about the relationship building part, I can simply reply to their story. That will start a conversation, and through that conversation I can build a relation easily. That is how the lead generation part for LinkedIn works. There are other ways too, like, on I personally don't think that works on LinkedIn, but sorry, I don't personally think that works on Instagram, but that works on LinkedIn. What you can do is, you can directly move to the search bar section of LinkedIn, and there you can search for, let's say I am a freelance content writer and I want to get leads as a freelance content writer. So I just need to do a search where I need to write freelance content writer required. Once I have searched this phrase, we would be able to get a lot of posts that company owners, business owners, CEOs have posted, where they have mentioned they are looking for a freelance content writer. What we need to do is we need to directly reach out to them. We need to use the DM outreach method to reach out to them. In that way we can generate leads for our business. That is just for the content writing part. But if you are a social media marketer, if you are a personal branding expert, if you are a meme marketer, you can use these methods easily. That works.
Now I got the idea how people earn through Instagram. So, how do you keep up with the trends of digital marketing field?
Like I do follow a lot. If you have a look at my Instagram following, na, I have no personal contacts in my Instagram following. I because they are not useful for my business. They are not at all useful for my business. So I simply follow people who are creating informative content around my business field. Like they could be content writers, they could be social media marketers, SEO experts. Previously, I used to do a Google search to find out all these things. But nowadays, I am following these people on Instagram, and they are pushing out quality content, informative content on a daily basis. I'm learning something on a daily basis. So that is how I am keeping up with all the trends and all the information around my business field.
When I checked, when I go through your personal account, that is, there was mentioned in the bio. So there was only one following, and the rest is 19K followers and only one following. And I was actually in a surprise state, why one following only?
No, which profile did you had a look at? I am,
So
I don't.
I got a link of a profile where you mentioned a content writer and a meme maker. And below that, you have
Mhm.
mentioned another account which was your personal account, I guess. So there was the link where I
No.
go through.
Okay, wait a second. So you have had a look at my personal account. That content writer and meme marketer is my personal account, and the link you are talking about, the other account, is my company profile.
Acha,
And the
okay.
one following and the one following and the one following the account that I am following through my company account is my another company. Okay, so yeah.
That I was surprised why one following only, but the followers are 19.3K something.
No. That was that is my another company. So yeah, that is why I followed
How many companies do you have at the same time?
it. Two.
Sorry?
The first one is two. The first one
Okay.
is The first one is Solopreneur, which is my content creation agency. The second one is a startup around gaming and tech. Like it would be a sort of e-commerce platform for gamers, technology lovers. So yeah, that's still in the building stage, but yeah, we are working on it.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Very ambitious person I am talking to right now. Okay. So, what is your philosophy that inspired you to stay at work?
Mm, I have a funny answer for it. that is that is to earn money simply. What else? No,
that
but
is
seriously. No, but
that is the
seriously,
basic.
seriously.
Yeah, that is the basic philosophy we all follow.
This is the only reason I'm working. I want money, nothing else.
Very motivating philosophy you have. Okay. So,
See, money is something that can motivate everyone. Like yesterday only, I was having a call with one of my teammate, and he was saying कि पुष्कर भाई आजकल काम तो बहुत है बट मुझे ना लेजीनेस बहुत आती है लाइक मैं सोता बहुत रहता हूँ मुझे लेजीनेस बहुत आती है आई टोल्ड हिम कि यार जब बैंक अकाउंट में आपके पैसे कम होने शुरू हो जाएंगे तब ये लेजीनेस खुद ब खुद भाग जाएगी तब आपका माइंड खुद ब खुद काम करने की ओर भागेगा कि हाँ यार मुझे और काम दो और काम so that is the thing मतलब I see most of the people don't say this thing although they work to earn money only but I am a straightforward person I directly say कि हाँ यार मुझे तो पैसा चाहिए simply
while giving an interview, many candidates, usually say, okay, my philosophy of work is to learn something is okay, learning something, implementing, and then earning money is fine. They use the sugar coated words around it. So many sugar coated.
See, I don't use that. I actually don't know how to sugarcoat
Sugar
things.
coat.
I don't know. I don't know. I'll just simply answer the thing that's in my mind. So that's it. That's it. Yeah.
So there are so many digital marketing agencies, and Solopreneur has a lot of competition. What so
Mhm.
what is that one thing that makes you stand out from the crowd and makes your digital marketing agency unique?
Creativity. That's the only thing. The major reason I have like firstly when we were doing some market research on the agencies around me, like I am from Ludhiana, Punjab, and for the initial stage, I through my agency I am target my local audience, only, local customers, है ना? From Ludhiana and Chandigarh. So these are the two major sectors I am looking forward to work with companies and all. So when we were doing the market research for companies in Ludhiana, Punjab, Jalandhar, and nearby areas, we figured out that what those marketing agencies do is they'll get you into social media marketing, but they'll not use any sort of creativity. First thing, they'll not use any sort of organic strategies, they'll not use any sort of engagement strategies. These were also, and the fourth thing was they were they were asking for a hefty amount for just doing the social media, although I don't talk about the amount thing because that completely depends upon your experience and all, but still I thought if they are not either creating organic strategies, not either creating engagement strategies, not creating creative content, but still they are asking for such a hefty amount, that is a lot for businesses. And after that they get the customers into this loop. What they'll do is they'll create a post, they'll put the ad money, and they'll just start ads on it. Like there are no organic reach to those profiles are provided, and there are no assurities that their posts will be reaching out to the target audience, organic target audience. There are no such assurities provided. So this was where I thought, yeah, I can help businesses easily. I can firstly create organic strategies for them and implement them. I can create engagement strategies. I can create like creative content. These were the kind of USPs that were into my mind while doing the research, while doing the market research. That also our pricing for the initial stage, our pricing is also a bit competitive, that we are not moving to the very high pricing segment right now, because we are targeting local customers from Punjab itself, so that is also a thing. So this is what I figured out. So and when we help out someone, we although we have helped out a lot of local businesses till now. It's been an year. I have started my agency, and we have helped out a lot of local customers. What the thing is, like we have figured out what our competitors' strategies are. Like that, they were completely paid advertisements. They were completely the paid campaigns that were generating results for their businesses. And when it comes to our strategies and all, we are just charging for the services and not for the paid campaigns and all. And we were providing them results organically, which were constantly increasing every month. So that was the thing. That's where I cleared out my competition. That's where the solopreneur cleared out the competition from the local areas. Although there are various good companies in Punjab itself. But yeah, this was the major reason how we cleared the competition and how we uh, moved out of that. So yeah.
So to be more specific, uh, this organic following organic strategies makes you stand out from other agencies that are out there.
Actually, when we are working on any sort of thing, let's say content writing for our blogs or content creation for the social media, there are always two sections: organic and paid. What they were doing is, other companies, what they were doing is, they were telling that we'll be providing you organic strategies, organic reach, target audience, and all and all and all. But they were just focusing on the paid thing, paid campaign. And when the paid campaigns are involved, you will get the reach, or you will see the results till your ad account is filled with money. If your ad account is with zero money, or let's say you have spent all the ad money, after that you would not be able to get any reach. But this does not happen with organic strategies. Organic strategies at the initial stage will offer you some lower end results. Like you would be able to notice some results, but they will be slowly increasing. And that is how organic works. But paid thing is key. You have created a new profile, you have made your first post, you have zero followers, and you have started a paid campaign, and you would be able to get thousands of likes on that. And these were the things that other companies were doing, and we were not. We specifically focused on organic marketing. We told ki, sir, if we are creating your new profile, it will take 1 to 3 months to get the organic traffic, to reach out to the target audience, and you would be able to notice around 5 to 7 likes in a month. We don't assure you thousands of like in a month on single post. So these were the things. We build the transparency with them. You were telling na ki organic strategies are the thing that made us step out of that loop, but no, transparency transparency is the right word that I would say, ki that made us step out of the competition.
Understood. So since you are running your own organization, so you must be having setbacks. So, there are days when you must be, having this setbacks. So how do you deal with those setbacks in your work?
It happens daily. It happens daily. It happens daily. Like, see, uh, as I have already said, as I have already previously said, that I love money, and I am doing my business for money. So whenever I am closing the deals and getting the money, getting the advance payments, my mood will be amazing. But whenever I am not doing a single sales call in a day, or not closing a client in a day, that makes me feel a bit sad. So for that thing, to never have a never have such things I haven't closed any sales deal, or I haven't closed any deal. I work on my personal brand. When the personal brand comes in, from my LinkedIn itself, I am able to generate 3 to 5 leads on a daily basis. Abhi 3 to 5, from those 3 to 5 leads, I don't assure ki I'm closing all the 5 leads. I don't want to be that. Nobody is that person who can close all the leads. But yeah, we are closing. If we are getting 3 to 5 leads on a daily basis, we are closing 1 to 2 leads on a daily basis. So that is how things are happening, and that is I have figured out my major reason to feel low was not closing a deal on a daily basis. So I have find a cure of that कि personal brand बना लो, वहां से I'll get the leads on a daily basis, वहां से पैसा भी आता रहेगा, वहां से deals भी close होते रहेंगे, and I'll feel amazing. I'll feel amazing. That's it. Nothing else. But yeah, there are a lot of setbacks. Like previously, I was facing one of the biggest setback, that was to unable to manage my work. Like we are having around 40 to 45 clients right now, and my major issue was we were unable to manage it. Like all the management part is my from my end. I'll be managing the clients, I'll be handling them, I'll be closing them, I'll be directly contacting them whenever something happens. So that was my major setback. I was unable to manage those things. But one of my friend suggested me Airtable. It's a platform where we can create, like it's a CRM, client relationship management software. So yeah, so I use that. Now everything is fine. We are managing our clients over there. We are managing our daily tasks over there. Everything is going good till now. बाकी का पता नहीं, आगे आगे देखते हैं क्या होता है.
Could you please tell us about your experience with collaborating with other creative digital marketing campaigns?
Just from, are you talking about from my personal brand perspective or from client's perspective?
Actually, both.
Okay. Currently, if we notice, like these collaborations are also changing a bit with the time. Previously, whenever collaborations used to happen, they used to happen through the live sessions only. कि Instagram पे live कर लेते हैं, that is a collaboration thing at that time. But now we have a lot of options. We can do a collaborative post, like Instagram पे feature आ गया, invite a collaborator. That is a feature. So that is a thing. I have recently started that company I told you about, the gaming and tech company. And on the first day itself, like or through my first post, I was able to get around 21 to 25 followers on my page by using the collaboration strategy. What I did is I created a collaborative post from my personal account to the company account, and it was like I have collaborated with that company to create a post, and we created that. Most of my audience went to that profile, and its reach increased. We were able to get likes from the first post itself. We were getting good engagement, story shares were there. So I personally think that previously I used to be very shy about the collaboration thing. I was someone who will never collaborate with someone. But now I have understood that if we want to grow in this digital era, we need to collaborate. We just need to make sure that we are collaborating with the right kind of people. We Whenever we are creating a collaboration post, or whenever a collaboration opportunity come into our life for the marketing thing or from our client base also, we check out that with whom we are collaborating, does that person or does that brand has the target audience or has our target audience, like being a content writer, I would like to collaborate with those people who are having CEOs, marketing managers, as their target audience, because those are the kind of people who can provide me work in future. CEOs can hire me after CEOs can hire me in the future. Marketing managers can hire me in the future. So that is how we plan the collaboration post or do the collaboration strategies. Also, we have a look at their engagement rate. Key, there was recently this thing recently came up. This thing recently came up. We were working like, do you know Licious?
Yeah, I've heard about it. Like I'm just reading
Yeah,
about it more.
yeah. So Licious, similar brand came, not Licious, but a similar brand like Licious in Mumbai came up, and we are working with them. Although I can't take their name here, but yeah, we are working with them. And the CEO of that company had this thing in their mind, like we are doing the paid campaign for them only, the Google ads, Facebook ads, Instagram ads, nothing else. They were also wanted to do influencer marketing where they can collaborate with influencers. And that person had no idea about how to choose the right influencer for their brand. Although they were a bit aware कि हाँ अगर food के around हमारा brand है तो food bloggers ही चलेंगे. So that they were sure about कि हाँ we need to collaborate with food bloggers. They had figured out a food blogger who was having around 7.5 lakh followers on Instagram. When we had a look at his profile, we were able to notice that although he had 7 to 7.5 lakh followers, still his posts were getting around 100 likes. Still his posts were getting around 30 likes. So this is also a major thing that we have a look at while doing the collaborative post. We check out the engagement rate. What kind of engagement rate are they getting? His engagement rate was around 0.034, which is not at all an engagement rate. Like if you are finding an influencer, we need to figure out people who are having engagement rate between 3%, 4%, 5% to 10%. So this is the kind of engagement rate that we have a look at while doing the collaboration post. So that is how we build up the strategies and all for the
But
collaboration.
sometimes I feel when I go through social media posts of uh, for the follower, the influencers, and when I personally found there's a vast difference between the followers and the likes, the posts that are getting. So there's a thought come up in my mind that the followers might be fake. Is that so? Because there are various
So
techniques that people
it's
get fake followers.
Mhm. It's not always that. Let's take an example. You have 100 followers on your Instagram page. So this will never happen that all the 100 people will like your post. This will never happen.
Yeah, true.
Instagram uses that 10% rule कि हाँ 10% ऑडियंस के पास ही आपकी आपकी पोस्ट जाती है जब भी आप पोस्ट करते हो.
Uh,
So this will never happen. So if you have had a look at the हाँ अगर मान लो किसी के 10,000 followers, let's take an example. किसी के 10,000 followers हैं, and if he is getting around 1,000 plus likes और 1,000 plus की engagement आ रही है, comments भी अच्छे आ रहे हैं, so then you can assure कि हाँ यार that person is genuine because he is getting around 1 to 1.5% engagement rate, which is a huge thing. That is an good engagement rate. But if you are having a look at someone with 10K followers and he's getting around 10 likes, 15 likes, 20 likes, or something like that. So that is a sure thing कि हाँ यार we have used those fake followers. So yeah, all the various brands reach out to us for the same thing. Like they know that they have made a mistake. Mm, whenever we as a brand uh, ask for other people to make or to provide fake followers on our profile na, a setback happened. A setback happens like if we have agreed on 10K fake followers on our profile, and after some time or after a year, when we are not getting any business out of those profiles, or when we are not getting enough engagement rate, what they reach out to us. They reach out to us that Pushkar, previously we had done some fake followers, or we have bought some fake followers on our profile, but we want to get rid of those fake followers now. So the only way to get rid of those fake followers is to delete your profile, nothing else. And this is where they disagree. This is where the brands disagree. This is where they say that we have a lot of posts on our profile is 1 or 2 years old, and now you are saying that we need to create a new profile. So this is a very serious thing. Like if any influencer, any brand ever thinks to buy fake followers for their profile, na, that destroys the profile forever. Like that profile is of no use. That profile is of no matter what strategy after that you use, no matter what kind of organic strategies, what kind of collaborative strategies, what kind of engagement strategies you use, that profile is not going to uh, bring you any benefit. So yeah.
So it affects that badly, the fake followers affects that badly to a,
Yes. Yes.
I mean, that this is something which I was not aware of. But many people still, whether it's the, their company's account or their personal account. Like, since I don't have any company, my agency or company, so I have my own personal private account. People still, follow this fake. Try this fake followers on their personal account just to show off. So will that affect? Will that be that have a bad effect on the profile, the private profile? Hello.
For the private
So your voice is a
when
bit breaking. Hello.
able to
So your voice is breaking. I cannot able to hear you properly. Yeah, now I can. Hello.
hear.
Hello.
Okay. Are you able to listen to me
Yeah.
clearly?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm able to hear
Okay.
you.
Okay. So for the private profiles, whenever we are trying to get fake followers, fake followers on our profile, we need to make that profile public first. We can't get fake followers on a private profile.
Yeah.
Like uh, yeah, so that is the thing. Also, yes, yeah, it no matter what kind of profile is, if it's your personal profile, if it's your business profile, it is always going to affect your profile. It is always going to affect the reach of your profile. You will be getting zero reach. Like no one will be there. Like you will be having thousand and thousand of followers, but there will be no engagement. There will be zero engagement. Your post will reach to zero people. So that is how it affects. It's one of the bad thing, worst thing I can say, that brands are using. Like being a personal profile, Like if I have a personal profile and I do want to show off the number of followers on my profile, and if I am doing it just for fun sake, that is completely fine, you can do it. But I don't know why brands are doing that. Like for brands, social media is a lead generation source. Social media is a trust building source with their customers. And I really don't get the idea. Like I have this thought. I want to meet that social media marketer who suggested that brand to buy fake followers. So
Even,
yeah, it's always a bad idea.
even I want to meet the same person who is suggesting every second person to get to have a fake followers for better lead generation
Yeah,
part.
I don't know what's in their mind or not, but yeah.
So, content writing, and as I just asked previously, also content writing sometimes may be a monotonous job. So, what are the ways which you can you can dispel the boredom while writing content?
Yes. Like I didn't get it. Sorry.
Okay, content writing sometimes it becomes a more monotonous and a boredom job sometimes. Writing
Mhm.
blogs and sometimes become monotonous. So how do you cope up with this with the boredom while you are writing content?
Okay, got it, got it, got it. Got it. If we talk about the content writing part, the first thing comes into our mind is our niche. Give
Yeah.
us the niche we are writing on, which is the industry we are writing on. And when we are talking about niche, when we are talking about
So your voice
journalists
is breaking.
behind, and they'll like let's
Actually, your voice got broke in between. So when you say after when I couldn't hear you properly.
okay. So when we talk about my
Yeah.
company, if I talk about my company, the Solopreneur, what I have done is find people. I have content writers, writers who creating landing. Those who are good at technical background, they love to learn and talk about technical things. They love to learn and talk about technical things. So if I am giving this person, the technical content writer, a technical piece of content to write, he'll never get bored. He'll never get bored. So that is how we are managing it. Like let's say if I have if I am person to write a piece of content on the boredom thing, because he's not enjoys learning about or talking about cars or automobile. So that is how we are working on that thing. And if we talk about myself, he how how I get rid of the boredom thing. Whenever I am creating content, what I do is I take breaks. And in those breaks I create memes. And when I am creating memes, I am the most I am the most interesting person. So the boredom runs away. So that is how I personally work on my thing. How I get rid of the boredom while creating content or while writing content.
You have a nice strategy to deal with boredom, which I should follow as well. So, what kind of writing style are you most comfortable with? I mean, what tones of writing you have come across till now?
Yeah, we are have worked with a lot of brands who were into technical, who were into e-commerce, who were into health and medical sector. Even we have started working with educational brands. Like there's a brand Wenplay, and they are a career planning platform. Like
Yeah.
uh, you must have noticed कि whenever someone or a kid has to decide their career, relatives are one of the major reason who suggest them the career
Yeah.
they should get into. So that brand has an amazing idea. They create Venn diagrams. They create Venn diagrams on the basis of interest, on the basis of their likings, with the help of which the kid can know, the child can know which industry or what kind of work they are going to love the most. So that is how we are working in. Like I have seen most of people saying that we should whenever we are working in a content agency, or whenever we are building our content agency, we should pick a niche. Like we should not get out of our niche. That is, but I personally don't believe that thing. Like I have never used that thing personally, while building my agency. What I have done is I have tried various sectors. I have tried various industries, and through those industries I have learned a lot. All my team has learned a lot. My team has also got to taste various industries कि हाँ यार, अगर टेक्निकल बैकग्राउंड में कुछ कंटेंट लिखना है तो उसका कैसा होगा, अगर हमें एजुकेशनल सेक्टर में कुछ कंटेंट लिखना है तो वो किस तरह से, कौन से फैक्टर्स हमें माइंड में रखने पड़ेंगे. So that is the thing. Like we try and taste everything that comes in our way, and if we don't know about that industry, we learn about that. We start upskilling. We I have a Skillshare profile, which is provided to all my teammates also. So anytime something happens or something came ki we don't know about this thing, or my team says, or firstly from my team, if they are not aware of something, they reach out to me or other teammates. And if other teammates or I also don't know about it, we do a Skillshare meetup. जहाँ पे हम सब बैठ के वो पर्टिकुलर चीज को सीखते हैं. That is how these things are. So that is how we are working forward. We are creating content, we are experiencing new things. Along with that, we are upskilling ourselves, we are learning new things. So yeah, that is how we are moving forward.
That was my last question, apparently. Yeah. This interview was whole of an interesting interview for me. I have learned a lot because since I have major interest in advertising and digital marketing. I want to pursue my future career in this. So for me, it was very, I've got the right person to interview.
A lot of people say, whenever, like I have had another interviews also, live sessions also, and he they always say the same thing. This interview was something different. And I was like, हाँ यार, मैं हूँ ही इतना अच्छा.
No doubt in that. Absolutely no doubt.